the baby begins to grow and goes to sit in the womb, goes to adjust and build itself in the womb. That's just that luteal phase. If there is no baby, then that's when you see your period. So it takes that 14 days on the average. Okay, so that 14 days is what we want to count now to predict when you ovulate or when you ovulated in this last cycle. Are we getting it? Okay. So at least we understand the concept of 14 days. It's not a random number. It's been scientifically, medically proven. So it's 14 days on the average. Okay. So now we are talking about a 31-day cycle now. We are talking about a 31-day cycle. That means this lady started her period on the 1st of December. And the day that cycle ended or will end is on the 31st. Meaning that the next time she sees her period will be on the 1st of January. Do we understand that? Okay, perfect. So we now want to identify when this lady ovulated. We want to understand, we want to calculate when she ovulated. So that 31st, which is the last day of her cycle, we start counting our 14 days backwards. So we are going to count 14 days backwards. That 14 days of the luteal phase is what we want to count backwards to predict when she ovulated. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the 14th day stopped on the 18th of December. So that means she is going to ovulate on the 18th of December. This is December 2023 calendar. So she's going to ovulate on the 18th of December. Do we understand that? Now, we've identified the day she ovulated because ovulation only occurs one day. It only occurs in one day. Ovulation is not a 2-day affair or a 3-day affair. It occurs in one day. However, your body would have started giving you signs that you will soon ovulate, or you will soon ovulate, or you will soon ovulate. And that happens within a range of days. And that's what we call your fertile week. Okay? So your fertile week is calculated 2 to 3 days before you ovulated. Okay? Before that egg is released, before you get to ovulate, your fertile week will start counting. So it includes 2 to 3 days before you ovulated, the day you ovulated, and the day after you ovulated. That is your fertile week. Meaning that if you have sex within this time frame, the sperm will be waiting for your egg to come out. The sperm can live up to 3 days in the female reproductive tract, in the fallopian tube, in the vaginal tract. It can live up to 3 to 5 days. So that's why the fertile week is calculated like that. And your body within that week has the right environment to help the sperm cell to survive for that long. Okay, so like I said, fertile week is calculated 2 to 3 days before ovulation, the day of ovulation, and the day after ovulation. So 5 days. So we have calculated that she's going to ovulate on the 18th of December. Now let's calculate her fertile week. Her fertile week is 1, that's 17th, 16th, 15th. So her fertile week will start from 15th. That's 3 days from the day she's predicted to ovulate. So 1, 15th, 2, 16th, 3, 17th, 4, 18th, 5, 19th. So from the 15th to 19th of December is her fertile week. So for someone who's trying to get pregnant, you start working, you start having sexual intimacy from that 15th to your 19th. For someone who doesn't want to get pregnant, you avoid having sex during your fertile week. Do we understand it now? It's important we understand this because you are going to do the next one. You are going to give me the menstrual cycle length. I'll give you an example. You give me the menstrual cycle length, you give me the day of ovulation, and you give me the fertile week. So we are sure we fully understand it. The way I've taught you now, this way you can, for the next, so you must have done this backwards for like 3 months. You must have done this backward for like 3 months and see that it's always falling at about the same period. Okay, it's always falling at about the same period before you can now say, oh, for January 2024, because my menstrual length is always 21 days, I'm going to ovulate on so day in January. I'll ovulate on so day in February. I'll ovulate on so day in March. It helps you to be able to plan. So if you are like those that are like, I want to have December baby, you know that latest by March, something must happen. You must be working towards it because you have been able to calculate it. You have been able to work around that time. Do we understand it? Now, can you tell me for a 35-day cycle, what is the ovulation day? When is the fertile week? And when is the next period for a 35-day cycle? Please put your answer on Menti.